Hey guys, we are getting ready to leave. It's Sunday morning at 10 a.m. If you see the clouds behind us, that's the storm. And according to radar, that storm's going to stay straight in a nice, pretty line, bring us all the way into Ohio, staying in the storm the whole way, so that's exciting. But we had a good trip, and still a bummer. It wasn't us with the find, but somebody found it, and so we are getting an early start home today than we would have if we had to wait and go out hiking in this. So at least we're not hiking in this too. We'll just be driving in it. All right, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.
Can I be held responsible when the wind calls out my name and I chase it through the reaches of my mind? Over hills and mountains, across rivers deep and wide, I'll flip every stone that I find.
Now, if you're from Ohio and you're like, wonder what the weather's gonna do, it's a crapshoot because we've got trees. But then you hear people in Montana talking about, oh, I saw the rain coming from hours away. Well, we don't have hours in Ohio to find out if it's gonna rain, but here, you got at least an hour to find out that rain's coming. You can see it falling down out there, and it's gonna be coming at us. And it is still just pretty. All right, later. So we're looking at that sculpture there just turning in the wind. That's pretty neat. Now we're gonna get LadyScorpion to tell us who it isn't. What's the name of the artist?
Alexander Calder.
She asked me if I thought it was an Alexander Calder, and then she said, well, his are a lot more delicate than this one. So to everyone else, I say, huh? All right. We're running down this steep grade here. It's a lot steeper going down. We didn't notice it so much climbing it last night. Okay, I was asleep, but still. But it's beautiful. The view's coming in here. A lot of runaway truck ramps coming down here. Very short truck ramps, but the sand will stop them, not the deep embankment on the end. But it was just a pretty run coming down. Thought I'd show you a little bit of it. Talk to you later. So we found out that the people who found the treasure was a father-daughter team. It was Corey and Zoe, and they found it on Bailey Mountain Loop in Mars Hill, North Carolina. They found it 23 miles as a crow flies from where we were looking, at the same elevation on the same side of the mountain. So we were close. The map was down to a 75-mile radius, which means a lot of ground to cover. To be within 23 miles was frustratingly exciting. We were so in the right area. I mean, it was so close. They did a great job and they found it. We just want to give a sincere congratulations to Corey and Zoe. Congratulations and wonderful job on your techie solve. We're so happy for you guys and thought it was really awesome. The second place silver bar just did a great job, and was so glad to have been on the hunt with you guys, and congratulations. And thanks again to Adam for putting this on. I mean, just an amazing hunt. It was great. Would have been great if we could have made it to 21 days, but that would have been crazy anyway. Super excited about all of it. Just the whole hunt was amazing. If anyone gets a chance to do another one of these kind of sky drop hunts, he just did a great job with it. So thanks, Adam, and congratulations, Corey and Zoe. Nice job. Okay, so one of the advantages of coming through last night so late, there was nobody at any of the rest stops, and there's people everywhere, and there's wind everywhere, which is fun, but there's no, like, look at the nutbags sitting over there talking to themselves on the camera. So that's going on. Anyway, so it's cut down a couple on our videos, but another nice rest stop here, and we are in North Carolina still. Yeah, I haven't made it very far, but we found a second rest stop, so that's fun. Look, running people. It's raining, and there's an overhead on us right there, and it covers right to our knees, so that's nice. It doesn't block much rain. Hey, have a good one. Bye. So part of the story I don't believe we've told you is how long our round trip was. So it was 515 miles to get from where we were to Black Mountain. And that's where we went to hike, was on Black Mountain. 515 miles, so we're looking at 1,030 miles round trip, plus a little bit of driving while we were down here. It was definitely fun, but that's how much our mileage is. We were just looking, we just hit 600 miles, and give or take, because of our first fill-up wasn't quite full, but that's okay. And so we have 400 more miles to go. Very exciting. All right, talk to you later. Beautiful site, rest stop area here, and finally figured out what time you have to get to a place to get their visitor center to be open. I think it's like 2:30 on a Sunday, but had a real nice staff in there, just energetic and fun people. So real nice place to stop if you need to. All right, later. Bye. Notice the top of the hill is gone. That's okay. That's pretty neat looking there. Oh. So the sign says road marker. Oh, that's nice. The shoulder's closed up ahead. But the previous ones have been saying danger, high wind advisory. You don't want to flip over. So then all you have to do is pass a semi while reading those signs to really just get a piece of joy out of life. The colors here are just pretty. The fog's at least interesting. We've got pretty good visibility given the amount of fog. Just doesn't make it really relaxing when some people are in a hurry to get nowhere. So that's exciting for them. Have a good one. Bye. So I know we enjoyed doing the tunnels earlier. That's the hill we're going under. And we're heading in. I don't know if you saw that transition from green to blue on those lights. I think it's pretty darn neat. We ended up in past the slow semi lane before we started this tunnel, and I believe we all remember the whole joy of I like to just know that the colors in the sky are blue. Anyway, so our speed here, we're sitting here at 55, and the cars behind us are excited that we thought that was a good idea, but that's okay. Oh, look at that. The light at the end of the tunnel, it's bright. That's exciting. Coming out to a nifty view once we get through this glare in 3, 2, 1. How's that? That's pretty nice. So, it turns out we weren't recording that we were behind the camper. Okay, those are the world's largest front teeth of a whale I've ever seen on the back of that truck.
GPS signal lost.
But that's okay. We're in Virginia. We left Virginia. We're now in West Virginia. And the end of the tunnel's coming up. And we're in 3, 2, 1, 0. I swear she slowed down on purpose. But here comes the rain. All right, there's a fishing setup over there. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye. In case you're wondering, LadyScorpion said that it was, to quote, windier than poo. Okay, that wasn't a direct quote, but I think we get the gist. Everywhere where there was a high shear wind advisory going on, we were fine. Didn't feel a thing. We got leaves and sticks blowing across the road, and LadyScorpion was like, make sure your location's on your phone. It already was, but we want to make sure we get some weather alerts if something bad goes down. Visibility's not real great. We did turn off the AC and turn on the defrost, see how that goes. So, just a quick update. Alright, if we blow off the road, I'll try to turn the camera on as soon as possible. Alright, later.
Welcome to Ohio.
It calls to me like a mother to her child at supper time. It blooms from every tree in early spring. Can I be held responsible when the wind calls out my name? I don't write the song that nature sings.